Howdy again everyone, and welcome to another of my weird lens reviews. Today we have the new Thingify Pinhole Pro X 18 to 36mm. That's right, a zoomable pinhole lens. For me personally, the novelty of pinhole lenses wore off years ago, but Thingify are clearly hoping to breathe some new life into the concept, which is the oldest of quote-unquote camera lens designs. The version I have here is for Sony E-mount mirrorless cameras, and you can find it for about $100 over on Indiegogo. Here is the lens in question. It's metallic and feels very nicely made. Mine came with a few bonus items: a lovely carry case, a screw-in lens cap, a UV and a polarizing filter, potentially useful, but also, astonishingly, an ND2 filter, which I presume is some kind of strange joke, because the pinhole itself is 1/4 of a millimeter in diameter, which gives this lens an astonishingly dark aperture already of approximately f152. To put it another way, a common camera kit lens can let in about 1,000 times more light than this thing does. Pinhole photography is historically significant, but as this lens proves, it's not a lot of fun today. Because of that extremely dark aperture, you get a huge depth of field, but you'll need to take a tripod with you everywhere you go, because you need such slow shutter speeds to get your pictures, even on a bright sunny day, unless you use very high ISO levels in your camera. If you're shooting indoors, you'll need shutter speeds of at least around 5 seconds, often more. Even using live view mode is difficult, as your camera struggles to get you an image using such a tiny trickle of light. Your camera will also often struggle to get a good white balance with this attached to the front of it. Shooting at f152 means that a new and fascinating world of sensor dirt will be revealed to you. I felt a flush of shame looking at these pictures and discovering how dirty my camera's sensor must be, and I only cleaned it a month or two ago. Now, I've tested out a number of pinhole lenses in the past, and broadly speaking, they all do the same thing. A pinhole is a pinhole is a pinhole. But this is certainly the first one I've ever heard of with a zoom feature, which I thought might be interesting to check out. Spoiler alert, I was wrong. Here is that zoom action on a full frame camera. As you can see, I've had to use an extremely high ISO just to get enough light to shoot any video at all. As we zoom out, you can see the image gets brighter as the pinhole moves closer to the camera's sensor. But annoyingly, as soon as we reach about 28mm, full frame coverage stops and you get vignetting. What a shame. The lens can only give you full coverage on an APS-C camera. I really didn't like that. As for image quality, well, there you have it really. As you can see in these sample pictures, you're completely stuck with images just like this. And that's just normal for a pinhole lens, I'm afraid. An extremely soft image with muted colours and very low contrast. I can't really do many of my other usual tests with this particular lens. Bokeh doesn't exist in its images, and there's not much point testing out vignetting or distortion or close-up image quality. Flaring can be a slight issue when bright lights are in your picture. It'll make itself known as a major loss in contrast, as you can see in the bottom left corner of this image. So I'll just conclude by telling you straight up, I did not enjoy testing this camera lens. I found it stupid and annoying, and I won't be testing any more pinhole lenses in the future, no matter what weird features they have, because I'm frankly sick and tired of them now. This thing is as fiddly to shoot with as its images are ghastly, and even the biggest fans of this lomography style of shooting will find it severely trying their patience. I can heartily not recommend it.